Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the pit lane. I already changed the name, obviously. The previous one just wasn't working. I have tires behind me because I'm lazy and haven't put them on my car yet. But we are reviewing the Styrian Grand Prix qualifying session. And Lando Norris and P3, are you kidding me? Like, where did that come from? Also, sorry for the terrible audio quality. We'll work on the sound deadening a little bit in here. And we're just gonna start with the bottom. I mean, we have the Haas's, obviously. Mick Schumacher coming in pretty decent. He was a 10th up on his teammate, Nikita. But I tell you what, they're just, hopefully 2022 is better for him out there. I mean, got Kimi down there in 18th, and I think there's gonna be a really interesting thing happening next year, or here very soon at least. I don't see how Mick Schumacher's not going to go up to Alfa Romeo here in the next year or so. I think Kimi's going to be on his way out. From there, Esteban Ocon getting knocked out in Q1. I didn't see if he got impeded or anything like that, or if anybody got in his way, but that is rough. Latifi just randomly throwing out a P6 out of nowhere just for a hot second, and then the track started to wear in, and then nobody really could everybody just flew past him. It just wasn't even close at that point. Giovinazzi, 15. Giovinazzi's been really good the last 3 years with Alfa Romeo, or at least he's been showing steady improvement. I mean, and Kimi it's Kimi. He's old. He's not old. He's just getting up there in age. I mean, he's up there with Fernando, Alonso, and the only reason Alonso's up there is just because Alpine has a better car right now. But I really see Mick Schumacher getting out of that Haas team as quick as humanly possible. I mean, he's a legacy with Ferrari. What do you expect? Sebastian Vettel down there in P14, just struggling with qualifying again. We'll see. I want more from Vettel so much. He is such a legendary driver. I mean, I didn't really start watching F1 until a few years ago, but I would always watch his highlights, and he just would dominate back in the day. Ricardo, P13. Is Mcleran starting to kick themselves in the ass a little? I need more from you, Danny. I need it. You're better than this. We all know it. Give it to us. The Ferraris. Carlos in 12th. They're just struggling on any type of track that requires any type of speed. They just can't do it. You see that in the Haas's too, and the Alfas. Like, they just don't have the straight line speed on there. They obviously have the downforce and everything when they're actually doing much tighter tracks, and they can keep up, but they just don't have it with their engines. They're still struggling. George Russell, 11, almost P10 by 0.008 of a second. He missed out on it. Oh my God. Like, he's putting that car, he's showing Mercedes what he has. Like, there is no reason that he shouldn't be a part of the Mercedes team. Like, Valtri has done everything he can, but he just has not shown that he can actually bring the fight to Lewis Hamilton. And if Lewis is going to stick around for another year, I mean, what are they going to do? And I don't see, like, it's been very clear that Russell hasn't been wanting to stick, like, he doesn't want to stay in Williams. He wants to improve. Then again, we could see how the 2022 car is with the new ownership next year. Maybe it'll actually show some improvement, and then Williams will be back on top. I doubt it, but we'll see how it happens. Stroll coming in P10. I mean, that's where he lives, basically, right there in the lower mid-pack. But, I mean, I was pretty close last time. I said he was down in P19 or P18 or something like that. Got up close to the top 10, right where I thought he was going to. So I expect him to stay around there, maybe get up to P7. I don't see him going past there. Fernando Alonso putting that Alpine through his paces. He's pushing it. I mean, I really do think that Alpine and Aston Martin are going to be neck and neck for the rest of the season, pretty much. There's no way that neither of those teams are going to push for that third spot in the Constructors' Championship, I don't think, this year. Yuki Tsunoda, I was pretty harsh on him last week, but he has been improving. So I'm pretty happy with how he's doing there in that 8th spot. I mean, and then he's right there with Gasly in P6. We'll get to Gasly here in just a second, but Leclerc coming in P7. I mean, Sainz down P12, Leclerc P7. That Ferrari just doesn't want that. It's putting them in the lower tier. I mean, AlphaTauri, like, in my opinion, has clearly jumped Ferrari this year when it comes to performance. You can argue with me all you want, but Gasly is able to put that car through its paces, maybe not so much in the Constructors' Championship just because of Yuki's poor performances, but all around, like, I do feel like that AlphaTauri is better than the Ferraris. I mean, the Honda engines just seems to be doing better with the straight line speed right now. So we'll see how it all plays out. Valtri, I can't say his fucking last name. Valtri. Bottas. Valtteri Bottas. We'll just say that with my American style. Coming in P5. He was in P2. People are kind of confused. He had a spin out in one of the practice sessions, which gave him a 3-place grid penalty. I think it was a little harsh, honestly, from the FIA. I mean, new tires, super hot day, a different type of pit lane. I mean, it could happen to anybody, especially on cold, brand new, hard tires. I mean, it's not his fault. I mean, it kind of is his fault. He's a driver, but whatever. Sergio Perez planting that thing in P4. I mean, like I was saying, like the Honda engines are just showing out right now. And you can really see like the difference. Like Sergio Perez is an incredible driver, but you can see how much that car is built around Max and his driving style. And I'm pretty sure that they've made both cars fit that driving style. But Sergio has started to adapt. He's really starting to show what he's got out there. And P4, even though it was technically P5, P4, I really think it's a solid showing for him. The British boy, Lando Norris and the papaya McLaren. P3, come on Lando, get in there. I am so happy with what he's doing in that McLaren. I think that car is gonna be a beautiful car next year, especially with the advancements they've shown this year with the Mercedes power plant. I really think next year they're gonna have the development down, and that car is 100% gonna be built around Lando and how he likes that driving style setup. Danny Rick, I know he's clearly the second driver with McLaren. Lando is the future. I said it last week, but we'll see how everything shakes out at the end of the race. I'm still predicting like a P5, P6 for Lando, just because in the long grand scheme of things, Lando can put down a hot lap and a half, but the McLaren in the long run in the races just is not able to keep up with the Red Bull and the Mercedes. Lewis Hamilton, P2, he was struggling out there just to try to get out there, and even the post-qualifying interview, he was saying that he doesn't even think that they're going to be able to bring it to Red Bull in the race. So it could very well be 1-2 Red Bull, and who knows, maybe Tauri can get up there. I mean, if Pierre actually gets something there, we can see a podium from Pierre. Like, I really think that the engine is that strong and Pierre is doing that well. And then P1, of course, I feel like this year is just going to be written out this way. The Flying Dutchman, Max Verstappen, just throwing out the poop loop. The poop loop from SpongeBob, you'll see it in the thumbnail. Like, they are just throwing everything at that car, and it is showing how well they're putting out. But I am just so happy with Max's performance so far, and yeah, I really can't complain. But anyway, thank you everybody for tuning in for this episode of Pit Lane, and I will see you guys tomorrow with a race recap. Cut to black. This is a lighting and framing test. This will go at the end.